Hello!
Indeed, and why not?
And welcome to another brow-heightening and spectacle-spinning 20 or so minutes of...
And now you're thinking, live from the British Library. Oh gosh, I just saw a cat. Did you see that cat, John?
Thanks, John. This week in our mental illness and depression special, our Deprescial, if you will, we'll be taking a magnifying glass to our own grey matter and hopefully hitting the nail on the head with it in a noble effort to come to grips with and indeed share our unique findings of man's best friend, thought. But today, moreover, and why wouldn't it, because we're all human, misthought and mental illness.
Oh, it's lovely.
Now,
lovely.
We all know the revolution will not be televised, but no one ever said anything about the radio.
Radio.
So don't touch that dial, and whilst John's off playing with that cat,
Meow.
listen to this. No, Mr. Cleverpants, I'm not rooting for the hip, and me and my kind are not just a blip while you pause and then you click, rerouted to a YouTube clip. While you choose which dip for your, can you pass me a chip for your, and the tap goes drip, drip, drip. And the clock doesn't talk, only ticks for your, is this the right tip for the young lady with the rip in her jeans and the nip purr at her nipple like a guilt trip? With the slam ambassadors and we cough when you quip and watch the birdie when you flip and fall in line under the chief whip. No, Mr. Cleverpants, I'm not rooting for the hip, I'm shooting from the hip.
Extraordinary.
When you slip the stripper another tip and unzip her slip, catch her as she slips from her trip on the slave ship, guilt trip, lollipop. So, Mr. Cleverpants, if my rhyme upsets your pleasure trip down the New York strip between kip and quip, no, Mr. Cleverpants, I'm not rooting for the hip, I'm shooting from the hip. Let 'em rip.
Extraordinary. Well done. No, don't adjust that dial. That was a pulse-quickening slam introduction to this week's Now You're Thinking from Des O'Coroner and Dermatological, known together as the Slam Ambassadors. And they'll be sticking it to the man a little more, a little later, live in the show, when Des and Dermot write live a live slam poem that they'll perform live at the end of the show, inspired by the show itself and anything you tweet in. That's right, boys. We'll see you in the Thought Hub. Oh, university. John!
And speaking of bit chomping and knee nibbling live tweets coming in from the Twitter sphere, Susie Idano17 says, can't believe cat in studio, mega lols. John Frost, I believe that's you, John, named in person. Crazy Cat Man, I'm Crazy Cat Woman. My neighbours saw one get run over. Well, happy and sad there from Susie Idano17. John, have you?
Yeah, I've got one coming here from handlewithcare_care. Just tweeted in to say, finally, some ethnic diversity on the all white on the night. Now you're thinking, go Slam Ambassadors. Unfortunately, handled with care, the Slam Ambassadors are both Caucasian university educated, middle-class men, but they do both assure me those are their real accents, so that's at least something. And one of them does look like he might have a little something in there, perhaps something from the Orient, some Southeast Asian, perhaps. I'm looking over his... No, shake of the head, he's not. He is indeed, he's from here.
Don't worry about that. From
sorry.
Queef Chegwin, big
Yeah.
up Slam Ambassadors, them. Finally, Slam on primetime. Well, that's what we're trying to do. You boys done Slam, presumably this is a friend of yours, you boys done Slam Sandwich R.I.P. Proud. Smiley face. Well, he's put a smile. And then there's hands in praise. These are all little emoticons. A small angel child, a sandwich, possibly, a second smiling face that's I think that's blushing as well, and a pig's nose.
Definitely a pig's nose.
Which is probably a slam.
Oh, very clever. Yes, very clever.
And a target and a die, which is a singular of dice. But everyone always says dice, don't they?
Well, I sometimes do myself.
Yes, I know, but it just saves. But it's definitely just one in the picture.
Is a die.
And then there's a small palm tree and a man rowing a boat, and I can't quite make out what this last one is. If you
it's what is it? Is it a bow and arrow? Or?
It's possibly a bow and arrow.
Could be a crossbow.
Maybe you guys can come over and take a look at it later. Save us old fuddy-duddies embarrassing ourselves even more. Now this.
And now time for what our producers have somewhat generously called the Demographic Outreach Enhancement section of the programme. To my mind, an underwhelming and sporadically gip-making exercise in tick-box broadcasting, in which we attempt to include all at the expense of anyone genuinely paying attention. With Sam and Sammy from TV's Henry Pig. So, Sam, Sammy, we're very lucky indeed tonight to have an exclusive, specially commissioned episode of Henry Pig for the radio on the subject of mental illness. So, Sam, Sammy, this is an issue that's touched both of your lives, and you've had a hand in creating the brief for this one-off, unique, live. Recorded episode of Henry Pig.
We wanted to do a piece about depression because it's something that we
It affects everyone. I think everyone knows, a few people, probably more and more people all the time.
I mean, look,
We've got a friend, and this is how it's affected us. It was a work friend.
she did some running on one of the first episodes of Pig.
And she was someone we worked with for, about 3.5 years. It's largely because of us that she ended up becoming an assistant producer on Henry. And, and she had her own black dog, as it were, and I think somebody can be bright and breezy, fresh as the morning dew through the day, and she would... she wasn't one of them.
She was live for the party until she spoke to either of us.
There was that a little, not so much at the beginning, but we did. She's one of those people, at work she's great, and at first she was fine, and then you start to get the idea that, so-and-so says something, and has she been taught, and you go, no, she can. Then you'd log on to a social media network at the end of the day.
Don't say Facebook, you can say.
Oh, you did. And then you'd get a status update saying, genuinely sad today, or something like that, and you'd be like, but I was with you all day.
Aye, so could it be about me, or is there something going on underneath? Am I not good enough a friend that you can't even tell me what's going on?
And you didn't,
underneath?
and I did ask, because you made it,
Is it status for my benefit?
Yeah, exactly, and it does get you wondering, because then you get loads of people, probably your school friends, things like that, who are writing underneath,
right.
Oh, what's going on, or hugs, I'll private message you, all that kind of stuff, just so long that there's a secret. That's all that she
counts,
cares about.
There was no secret. Saskia didn't have any problem whatsoever.
We'd like it first. We'd like just as an acknowledge, we've heard you, and we'd ask her the next day, how you doing, Saskia, what's going on,
right.
And she'd be decent, perfectly, and then there'd be another one the next day, and if what I ended up doing was putting.
Just tell me in real life. Just tell us what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here in real
games.
life. Are we meant to be getting all this through? And so I put a little unhappy face,
right.
to go. Okay, I haven't liked
underneath
it because I don't like your
physically.
depression.
You want to show that you're actually you're compassionate or upset with something.
And then she just puts another happy face underneath. And does that mean that she's unhappy about what
or is she like further unhappy about the first one?
And all the time you got it in your ear about but you got to be she's going through all this. So I think we all
get depressed.
We all know people who have been affected,
and it's important to sort of create that awareness so that we can get a better understanding of it.
Yeah, and that there are ways.
I don't wish her any bad.
No, and I think she's gone on to ITV, and I think she's done wonders there, and I think it's probably done a sort of the power of good. So we came up with the brief for this one, and it's called Henry Pig's Feeling Sad.
Hope you like it,
Saskia.
Who's our porky neighbour who's disturbed beyond belief? Henry
Pig. Henry
Pig. Who do we want to eat, but we pretend that we're his friends?
Henry
Henry
Pig.
Henry.
Morning world, morning skies, morning trees, morning kitchen and bedroom and my piggy knees, morning to everything inside my room, bed, from my little piggy trotters to my big fat piggy head. Now, I'm just gonna peel back the quilt and... Oh wow, crazy, sweet like chocolate. What's that at the foot of my bed? It's not my feet, it's a dog. Hello, dog. What's a lovely black dog like you doing in my bed?
Hello, Henry. I was just passing and thought it'd be pleasant to stop by and say hi.
Well, I always like making new friends, Gangnam style. But it's really quite funny, Black Dog, because today I'm feeling really sad suddenly and for no reason. I think I'm going to write all over the internet about it. What do you think, Doggy?
Well, I think that's a fantastic idea. I'd go right ahead and do that.
Oh, wait there, Doggy. That'll be the doorbell. Well, I do hope it isn't Farmer Roger come to cook me up with some nice tasty eggs and toast and insane in the membrane. Hello? Hello, Henry Pig. Oh, it's only Sam and Sammy. Hello, Henry Pig. Can we come in? Oh, only if you promise you're not going to try and be duplicitous and say you're not going to try and eat me up and then try and eat me up and then eat me up. Okay, yes, getting jiggy with it.
Oh no, Henry Pig. You know us. We're your friends, Sam and Sammy.
And it looks like you've got another friend who's come to tea too. Yeah, this is the Black Dog. He turned up this morning, and since he got here, I've been feeling really sad.
Oh no! What you gonna do, Henry Pig?
That's right, Sam. What are you going to do, Henry Pig? Oh, well, I thought I should write all over the internet about it. What?
On the internet, Henry?
Not somewhere quiet and dignified? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do it straight away. All over everything. Crazy Frog song. And my new dog friend thought it'd be a good idea too.
The dog, Henry?
Yeah, I'm going to tell everyone. They don't understand.
I'm not sure that's wise, Henry.
Who's going to read it, Henry? Well, other people who do understand.
People you know, Henry?
No, people like me. People I know don't know me. They're not like me. You two have been here 5 minutes and you're making everything worse. Slam dunk the funk. I'm going to write about you two first.
Oh dear, Sammy.
Oh dear, Sam.
Sammy?
Yes, Sam?
You didn't bring your guitar, did you?
I think I just might have. It's easy to believe that people don't care.
There's bloodshed, famine, and germs in the air.
There's suspicion of people we thought we could trust.
And DNA tests for your kids is a must.
Your cells don't renew at their previous rate.
Retirement and family are dangled like bait.
But our pensions are pennies in a crumbling state.
Bolstered by tycoons who profit from hate.
Oh, Henry, give us your trotter. If hell's not cold, then it must be getting hotter. Oh, Henry, give us your trotter.
If you're not happy, Henry, then we're definitely not.
But I'm still depressed. What do I do? God's dead, Henry, and life ebbs away.
Spent fearing your neighbours and fearing the day.
When somebody knocks, concealing a knife.
To rob you of the peanuts you saved all your life.
You know that they're desperate and just as scared as you.
They just hit rock bottom a bit quicker than you.
You can have compassion, but they're the one that's armed.
And understand the stats and how they have been harmed.
By a system that's designed to keep them on the floor.
But being liberal won't help when they're breaking down your door.
Oh, Henry, give us your trotter. If hell's not cold, then it must be getting hotter. Oh, Henry, give us your trotter. If you're not happy, Henry,
tell him, Sammy.
then we're definitely not. You see, depression is a very complex matter, Henry. Oh, so you think I should just talk to my friends and loved ones first, or a professional? I don't think you should inflict it on others.
Keep it to yourself, Henry.
And then just get over it. Oh, right, I'm already I'm feeling better already. Tick, 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 boom.
And Henry?
Yes, Sam? Let's find out who this black dog really is.
Hey, guys.
It's Farmer Roger.
Roger.
I had a suspicion it was Roger Moore, the local farmer, right from the very start.
You won't escape from my clutches so easily next time, Henry. Pigs might fry.
It's like they say, Henry. Just because you're paranoid
doesn't mean they're not after you.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, totally, because that's totally true.
What are you doing, Henry?
I'm putting it on my blog, guys.
Henry.
Only joking. Oink, oink. Oh. Daisy Duke's bikini on top.
Look, even Roger's laughing.
Depression. 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 Depression.
Henry Pig's Feeling Sad was written by Andrew Sampson, Alice T. Walker, Graham Mime and Anthony Scher. The script supervisors were Moira Wallace-Beckett and Graham Alice Mime. Sam and Sammy were played by Sam and Sammy. Henry Pig is a fictional character, temporarily licensed to Funny Productions from the estate of George Bernard Shaw. This was a Funny production.
Funny.
So, allow that. Which one's Deso Coroner and which one's dermatological?
I'm Des, he's Dermot.
I'm Dermot. You must get asked that all the time.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell us about the slam poem you're creating for us live this evening in the Thought Hub.
Well, people are like tweeting in and we're watching the show at the same time, like, and we're going to take all that and kind of mash it up into a slam poem.
So what makes slam poets different from, say, a more traditional poem that our audiences might even enjoy? T.S. Eliot or W.A. Jordan? Well, they don't have silly names for starters, but go on. Slam poetry is about taking the words back, tearing them off the page and popping them into a mic.
Bam!
Slam poetry isn't about high culture and highbrow, it's about voice. You have a voice. Everyone has a voice. It's about empowerment of that voice at all costs. Isn't it all just a lot of rhyming?
It's not just rhymes, it's about noticing that, like, high culture and highbrow both have the same word in them, and going maybe...
The prefix.
Yeah, and going like maybe that's the beginning of a poem. Highbrow, high culture.
High chair.
And once you get those first few words syncing up, it's about where do you go? What do you come out with?
Hives.
It's accessible.
Highcliffe, which is a very pleasant beauty spot in Dorset. Hijack.
Someone said it's like popcorn poetry. It's like now it's in your hand, popcorn.
Pop it. Poppadom. Poppadom preach. It's not about hiding, it's about voice and text. Poppy. Populist. Popeye.
Text over subtext.
Subpar. Submariner.
Yeah, that's it.
Subversive. Suburban. Subclass. Submits. Substitute. Populist popcorn. Oh, yes, you're quite right. That is fun. And not as easy as it looks. John. Oh, no, we can't go over to John right now. I've got a bit of a... which university did you go to?
Bristol.
Oh, Bristol. Fantastic. It was on a river. And when I was at university, we were in a band and had a small hit on a local radio station.
How did that go?
Well, really, really well at the time. We were all courting a young lady.
Well, that is food for thought. And if your eyes still aren't bigger than their stomachs, they soon will be. We've been coursing through the veins of Great Britain's longest longitudes and latest latitudes, interviewing you, the man and woman on the street, to bring you, the man and woman on the street, this. Now your thinking's the man and woman on the street. The Great British Thought Off.
Of course, in the years between the wars, we were all very depressed. I got very down in the dumps until, of course, gin rummy came into my life and I had 10 solid years of uninterrupted laughter. So much so I'd cry myself to sleep every night with laughter.
Well, in the past, people would never talk about depression, and I think it's just wonderful that people can be so very vocal these days about what is an unnecessarily taboo subject. I think that's all I'm prepared to say. You learn from a young age life ain't fair. Things are always in the last place you look. It's a lottery and no one's the winner, you know?
And unfortunately, at the Gin Rummy Club, there was a mishap involving some paperwork where I couldn't renew my membership for the club, and things got very bad again.
Fast cars, beautiful women, gift of the gab, but underneath it all, it's just blinkered bigoted anger and squalid, well, one way or the other, I really got to know myself.
Misery loves company. Look at Newsround, Country File, Time Team. I mean, look at the news. When the camera zooms in, you can actually still see expressions on faces. And do I sleep that night? No. Am I happy tomorrow? Yes.
I had the Bee Gees on the iPod the other day. Everyone knows it'll be the Smiths again tomorrow, though.
Here's one for you. Sigmund Freud walks into a bar. Oh, brah. Stupid little man. I'm a stupid little man. Is there anything else I want to get wrong today?
Well, you watch them grow up, largely adorable little cherubs, into street oiks and gutter thugs, and before you know it, they've taken over the house, and they've changed the curtains, and they've locked all the doors, and there's no way out, and you realise that most of it has just happened inside your own head. And there were about 15 nurses after him, but when he pulled off his mask, it was Louise Mensch.
And I had 15 years of solid depression, day in, day out. Look, this is very hard with the music. People who loved me say I never really recovered, but I did. Who's laughing now?
Well, I can genuinely say for a long time, I'll definitely remember that as being something I've heard. And for those of you asking the question about the cat, yes, I can assure you all, he's very much in my... No, he's not. He was in my grasp. He's flipped away again. So, continuing on the stark theme tonight of mental illness, we're very lucky to continue with this.
It's generally accepted that throughout history, the world's greatest artists have been touched with fire. Here to discuss the odd myth in the madness... Method in the madness... Odd myth in the... Yeah, no, that's the first time I read it. You were right to keep it in. Here to discuss the odd myth in the madness, in the Thought Hub, is Professor Richard Crisp of Wilhelm College, Oxford. Professor Crisp.
Indeed, continue.
Professor Crisp, you've written extensively about the artist and mental illness.
I've written extensively about the largely unimaginable existential ennui, or in layman's terms, depression, that comes from having been cursed with too keen an eye and too fine a perception of humankind and mortality.
Of the human condition.
If you want to put it glibly, yes. If we look at a mind like Nietzsche or Rothko or Newton, we can only imagine the kind of interminable inner torture they must have endured. Mark Twain, Tennessee Williams, Sylvia Plath and Ted Hughes, Raymond Chandler.
We're talking brilliance here, aren't we? Genuine brilliance.
Charles Dickens, Dostoevsky,
Tennessee Williams.
Dunham, T.S. Eliot, Keats, Ingmar Bergman.
Absolutely. Essentially, we're talking brilliance here, aren't we, Professor Crisp?
We're describing genius.
Great.
You wouldn't find Bergman's darkly crackling, brooding fire that's so synonymous with creative genius, skulking in the blood of the likes of Will Self or Halen Pace.
No, yet I think it's important to point out that one doesn't have to be famous to have depression.
Well, I suppose. Franz Kafka wasn't famous during his own lifetime, and it's only posthumously we're truly able...
Well, indeed, but even had Herr Kafka not picked up a pen and parchment, even had he not written a single word, his struggle would have been the same.
Oh, you're not one of those, are you?
Professor Crisp?
I suppose you're going to tell me you've had depression just because your girlfriend dumped you, or work's like really tough at the moment. Oh look, I've just had half a bottle of cheap Aldi wine. I must be Charles bloody Bukowski. Or look at me, I'm like really profound just because the doctor's given me a course of pills. It's an utter nonsense.
So you're saying there is
attention-seeking.
A difference between the depression of intellectuals...
And you?
Well, not specifically me, Professor Crisp, but me or one of the studio operatives here or one of the numerous listeners who have taken the time to tweet in, including one or two budding writers out there, possibly future Kafkas or Plaths.
Oh, piss off!
There is a world of difference between some repellent little tyke who's been listening to this and the tortured genius of the intellectual such as Dostoevsky.
So that profound ennui, the fire, the crackle in the blood?
No! It simply does not happen. They will never know it. You, John, you will never know it.
Well, thank you, Professor Richard Crisp of
There's nothing profound about what you do.
Willenham College, Oxford. And now, some live tweets. Panics, spelt with an X, 96, says, best kinda chills a slambassador. Urban chills, hashtag slam, hashtag bass, hashtag acidors. Misspelled. And John, well, a penny for your tweets, please.
Thank you. Well, I've got something here. _lol. The definition of hashtag insanity is apparently an animated GIF of Joss Stone, I think it is, Joss Stone, with a small emu escaping from her handbag. And someone's animated some arms onto it afterwards, and it's applauding. Well done!
Well done indeed. And another one from Susie Idano17. Excuse me. I just want to tattoo my hands, TBH. Hashtag sorry not sorry. Hashtag NYT. I don't know if that's what she wants to tattoo her hands with, but
I imagine.
let's presume not, John. And just time for one last quick little tweet here from Slam Dollars TM. I don't know how they managed to get the TM that small, but it says, when herb rap, you can feel the pain. Sad face, broken heart emoticon, 100 underlined, which is also another emoticon you can get. It's red. If you don't be from Chicago, and then the parking sign. Hashtag NYT.
Why not?
That could only be for us.
I suppose so. So, hopefully, if you've had any curious wonderings about mental health or perhaps unresolved niggling, suicidal urges, and God knows, we all wonder. We hope you've put them to bed and tucked them in and cherished them madly and given them a glass of water when they come downstairs a couple of hours later, wet-trousered, quivering uncontrollably and scared of monsters.
Well, that's right. And to finish with, as promised, those rhyme-spitting and wonderfully urban young slam poets, the Slambassadors, wrapping up with a rap for us with a piece they've written about the show, during the show, inspired by the show, which also acts as a touching memorial to their late and third member, Slam Sandwich. Boys, it's your turn.
Yo, this is the Slambassadors freestyling. This one's going out to Slam Sandwich.
We owe you so much, man.
Yeah, about £6.50.
We'll pay you in the next life.
Done.
Why am I the only one reaching for the podium, crying from the tedium, seeing like a medium?
New Cross down to Surbiton,
Surbiton.
Ealing up to Lewisham. The ghosts around us shine like Nickelodeon.
My man Slam Sandwich, the bandit on my bandwidth, spitting Basel Candid, you always used to land with
A bomb,
bad.
blood gave you the hump. But boy, why'd you ever have to go and jump? There ain't no trampolines in real life, blood.
Trampoline,
Don't bounce.
like the klaxon in the stillness, the scream of mental illness, ripping through the realness of a system that is solar. I don't care if I'm bipolar.
Maybe I do, as I join the queue for the NHS, handing out pills like Del Monte says yes.
Like the king.
My GP ain't doctor, no.
I will stab you with my wit, so or I won't, cause I'm schizo. It's all okay, cause either way, Henry Pig, he brave today. He huff and he puff and he blow them their tears away.
You're crying all the time while you're wishing all them years away.
If I had one wish, Slam Sandwich.
Hypervigilant narcissist disorder, moving towards a doc who says that I'm delusional, but I've come to a conclusion, y'all.
Objects in the mirror appear closer than they are, and that's just being true, mate, in and out of a car. And yes, you see those words written on the wing mirror, but I'm coming out of nowhere, and it's a metaphor
For all the things that happen behind you down the road, like your troubled past and stuff in your family abode.
And you might be all like, well, I still live at home. But I'm saying generally that time is like a road.
I know your past ain't literally a
Physical distance away.
I'm using a device, so as it were, we can say
That time is like an A road, hypothetically. The A407 may be north to Wembley.
yo, and objects in the wing mirror is like stuff from your past, causing mental illness, issues that will last.
I won't be specific. Whatever works for you. Everyone's got different issues that'll do.
So if you comprehend that behind is like the past, and though they might look close and gaining on you fast,
In fact, that's just perception, and you're actually safe in your car. But objects in the mirror appear closer than they are. Oh,
closer than our brother Slam Sandwich, R.I.P.
why'd you jump, man? Slam.
He got his Nissan Micra back from VJ's garage. They said they fixed the ABS.
Why'd you jump, man? Slam.
But he ended up sliding on an icy day, straight into a Benicia beacon.
Why'd you jump, man?
Straight into a Benicia beacon. Unfortunately, the whiplash
Why'd you jump, man?
ended up snapping his neck. And then Slam Sandwich
Why'd you jump, man?
was brown bread, like literally that's how it happened. That's exactly how he died.
Why'd you jump, man?
Like he crashed into a Benicia beacon and died, that's it.
From such a height. Why'd you jump, man? Why'd you jump? Jump, jump, slam. Why'd you? Oh. Now You're Thinking was largely written and gruelingly performed, often drunk, by Ed Harris and Vernon Asbury. We've tried to keep Now You're Thinking as hit and miss as you've come to expect from a sketch show. It was an Ed and Vern are being silly production. It's because I'm clutching my balls, it sort of helps, yeah.